Hey guys, I'm Nina.
And I'm Randa, and today we're going to be talking about
Our thoughts on ex-vegans.
You guys have seen it all over YouTube. People are coming out no longer vegan, big vegan celebs, influencers, whatever the words are, no longer vegan. And we kind of wanted to talk about our thoughts on that.
Because people have been asking us.
Yeah, our opinions and whatnot. So I want to make it clear that I would never shun someone for being vegan and then not being vegan. We've had friends in the past who have said, oh, I've tried being vegan for a month or two. I was vegan for a year, and I wouldn't be like, I don't want to be friends with you now that you tried being vegan and now you're not vegan. That's not how I base my friendships over. But this particular video is in regards to
the people online who had big audiences and promoted veganism, and then
as more of their brand and more of their business. That's what the focus of this video is. And again, it's not hating on anyone as well. We don't think it's cool to hate on anyone. That's not what we're trying to promote. We want to rewind a little bit in YouTube land and go back to 2016 because I think that's a big marking point for all of this drama. So back in 2016, veganism
was
big. You could make some hella dollar on being vegan on YouTube. I'm just saying, like, we were there, we know how it was. Basically what happened with Adpocalypse is ads became worth a lot less money, and I think that was a part of...
YouTube also had an algorithm change, so they started promoting different things as well.
Maybe veganism wasn't as big of a trend. So I think, like, back in 2016, I don't need to name a certain name, but there's this very big public figure, you know, in their swimsuit, like, I'm so thin, that's what they're promoting, and like it's all because I'm vegan. And I think a lot of people kind of jumped on that bandwagon of high fruit, vegan for the animals. They kind of like all copied this same brand because it worked. It got them views. It's like, I'm vegan for the animals.
People would complain at us too, like, why don't you guys ever talk about the animals? It's like, I don't know, when I just see people get on YouTube and they're like, the animal's this, the animal's that, it kind of just makes me like, I just kind of think it's just a front or like just a little bit fake. And it's kind of ironic now how a lot of these people who are like, I love animals and like do it for the animals, they're the ones who
fall off the bandwagon. I think something that is very common as well is that they're all raw. They all start off being raw. They do these weird kooky things like, let's put sugar in our water, let's do a 30-day juice cleanse, let's try this, let's try that diet, and then, you know, that doesn't work, so they're like, okay, now I'm gonna do an all-protein diet,
or all fat,
or I'm only gonna do fruit, or I'm only gonna eat fat.
Every time that they have this change or they have this switch, they're like, I am like magically amazing. This is what's
it's like when they
now.
first came to veganism, it was like,
the best thing
ever. This is the best thing ever. Like, I've never been happier. I'm so healthy. And it's like, I think part of that feeling good did come from the money.
Making money,
It come from like 2016 of like, wow, like,
and
I feel so
famous.
good. Like, people are loving me and people are responding well and I'm making money. Like, this is great. I feel awesome. And then suddenly when
2018,
this decline of views and maybe money as well, it's like, oh, I don't feel that good. And for us, we've been vegan our whole life,
so we didn't think, we need some fish and we're gonna suddenly feel better.
If we have a problem, it wouldn't be, oh, I think it's something in my diet, or it's something to do with I need fish, or I need to resort to my old ways, because we've been vegan our whole life. So these people who aren't really following a doctor, we're calling them gurus. They're basically going from diet to diet, and then they're saying, oh, like this works, like this is the cure that I've been waiting for, and then there's like still a decline.
And the funny thing is, I feel like they hear it maybe on a podcast or it's all over YouTube, like, oh, fish and eggs, it worked, it's this, it's that. I don't know if you guys have heard about this, but there's something called the placebo effect, and what that is someone tells you, oh, you're gonna like take this pill, you're gonna do X, or you're gonna do something specific and you're gonna feel better, or you're gonna feel worse.
And the mind is so suggestible.
That's the gnosis. The nocebo would be something negative. But the mind is so suggestible that it believes what you're told.
Like, for instance, when they do studies and trials on drugs, they always have a placebo to see actually how beneficial the drug is.
And the placebo is extremely strong
and powerful. So it's like, if you're in your mind like, oh, this isn't working for me, like, you know, it must be veganism, it must be my diet. It's like, one, is your mental health not in a good place because of other reasons going on? And so you think, oh, I was happier when I was eating meat, when in reality, maybe it's something else.
Right.
Just a thought.
Maybe your income, maybe your love life.
Yeah.
We all know how sucky a breakup is, right?
Yeah.
But that didn't make me want to eat fish.
Another thing to note is that I feel like when people go vegan, they're like, oh, I'm not going to have any health problems. I'm going to be the healthiest I could possibly be. But it's just like, you know, like, we're healthy people, but like, we've had to take antibiotics in the past. You could get an injury and have it get infected, and then you have to take antibiotics. And I know some people, like, what, they don't want to take antibiotics? And, like, that's why they can't, like, the point I'm trying to make is sometimes people get sick whether you're vegan or not, and veganism doesn't have to be the thing that cures everything.
Yeah, if you need antibiotics, you take the antibiotics.
And something else about these vegan guru YouTubers is that they're not doctors. They're not experts.
But the crazy thing about social media is, when you think about it, is people follow people and believe not everything people say, but that in itself shows how suggestible. It really is influential. That is how social media in itself shows how suggestible people are. It's like one girl in a swimsuit or a pretty girl says this, and it's like, oh, yeah, it's like, that's what I'm gonna do. And it's like, do they have like science or like medicine to back that up?
I mean, this person says like calories don't matter. Like, eat as many calories as you possibly can. Put sugar in your water. Eat an all fruit diet. It's just like, no, like, that's like. And it's funny because all these people are like, yeah, I'm going to jump on the bandwagon with that. Like, this is so cool. I'm going to look like this. And people are going to, like, love me online. And it's just like, wow, none of those people lasted because they're not following medically sound advice. And, like, the point we're trying to make is, like, don't follow a guru because what do you expect?
Everyone in life is the guru and no one is the guru. Does that make sense? No. Everyone in life is the guru, so you can learn from everyone, but also no one is the guru, you know?
Well, but
unless you're freaking Don McDougal.
Veganism was not invented by YouTubers, it was corrupted by YouTubers. I mean, I don't have a problem with, like, anybody, like, selling an ebook or, you know, making money or whatever, but it's like, if you're not actually living that lifestyle, it's just like, oh. And like, the thing is, like, I know these people personally. Like, rawvana, such a sweet person, such a nice person. Elise, yeah, we're still friends with her. Elise, I've only met her a few times, but super nice person.
Both beautiful.
But I think it's unfortunate that they kind of fell into these guru rays of, like, being raw and then, like, bouncing from a bunch of different diets. It's just like, and now they're on their new diet. It's like, well, does that really even work? Is it only working because of the placebo?
There's another thing I saw on the internet, and that is someone said, oh, I'm eating meat now, I have a sex drive, my sex drive is back, whatever. And to that I just think, well, like, it's possible that in the past, like, you weren't attracted to your partner or you weren't getting enough calories in the past. Like,
so it's like you think, oh, I'm eating meat now, I feel so good, when it's like the reality is, like, maybe you weren't getting enough calories.
Also, when you're depressed, you don't really have a sex drive. So it's like, was something mentally going on?
Like, did you have a breakup and then now, like, a few months later, now you're finally, like, over it and, like, ready to get back out there? I'm just saying, there's so many different factors.
When I'm crying my heart out, I'm not thinking about
wanting to do that. Another point I want to emphasize is if you have candida or you're having brain fog or
just
like
your best.
Some other maybe health problem, you're not feeling your best, and then they think in the past of, oh, like, well, when I was eating fish or when I was eating pancakes, like, that made me feel good. Okay, like, I'll eat that, and then I feel better. And it's just like, well, maybe, like, there really was, like, an emotional problem too. And, like, the food, like, comfort food, does that make sense?
Yeah, something from your past makes you feel better. I mean, I know if I'm like feeling sad or I don't know, if I'm feeling nostalgic, I just think of peanut butter and jelly. Like, that's what I grew up eating.
Yeah, but I do think,
at the end of the day, I mean, do you?
I do think it's noteworthy that all of these people who are no longer vegan have literally tried, like, every single variation of veganism, whether that be high carb, low fat, and they think high fruit, like, just, like, literally every variation. So you're following this person who's, like, promoting this way of eating, but it's just like,
but they don't really know what works.
They don't even know what they're doing. They don't even know what works for them. And then it's like they try, like, the high fat version of being vegan. It's like, I feel great now, like, my sickness is gone. It's like, and now it's the same thing, but now I'm eating meat. When it's like, again, like, I don't have anything against somebody not being vegan anymore. It's more of just like, can you, like, notice that this is literally the same pattern? Like, it's like rebranding, kind of.
Right.
Whether you know it consciously or not.
Buy my, like, fruit book, now it's like, buy my, you know, grill book. What I'm going to be grilling.
So for us, we literally grew up being vegan. A little backstory is our parents own Veg Source. We literally know every single vegan medical doctor who have cured.
Every single one?
Okay, pretty much every single one, personally. And they're also in our book writing little segments in it. They've cured tens of thousands of people through diet.
And they've tracked patients for 30 or 40 years and have the research that shows, this works.
This works. My experience with being vegan isn't finding it from like a YouTuber and then, like, failing because I'm gonna try this diet and that doesn't actually work.
Right.
I'm gonna eat fruit. I'm gonna do this and blah blah blah.
It's like we grew up around the doctors.
Yeah,
so if we had a problem or an issue, it was like we could just ask for, professional medical help. So I think that is also...
And I think that's something you should do too, because if you're watching these YouTubers who are like, I'm not vegan anymore, I need fish and eggs, I'm eating meat again, it's like, okay, like, don't take your advice from a guru. You should learn yourself. Like, go to a doctor, and if you're vegan, go to a plant-based doctor, because that is who you should be getting your information from.
So these big YouTubers are promoting this certain lifestyle, they're making all this money, but now they don't follow it themselves, but they're kind of stuck in this, like, limbo in the middle of it, because it's like, oh, it doesn't work for me, but also it's my business and I'm making money from it. So
I think that's
what
why
do you
people
do? And I think
hold off on not
it's
saying it right away.
It's sad they can't come out or whatever because they're afraid that they're going to get attacked, and also, are they going to lose their income? That's a freaky thing to do. And I don't think that people who change their diet and aren't, like us or like another person should get all this hate, because that's also not cool either. What if they wanted to be vegan again or
that's
whatever,
true.
and then they're like, nah, I don't want to
feel
ever
like ostracized,
be associated with that,
yeah.
and I wouldn't want to be associated with hate either. I feel like low-key vegan YouTube was kind of like a cult.
Yeah.
I
mean, there was also these weird things attached to it, like getting a vasectomy. I don't know.
You
just
have
like
to
weird
say
stuff.
For the animals.
And if you're not for the animals,
you gotta get the t-shirt.
If you're not doing that, then you're not a real vegan.
Or you're a
if you're not vegan anymore, you were never vegan. It's just like, well, yes, they were. Like, why? Like, this is so silly.
We've been telling you to be careful of the gurus, who not to follow. So, who should you follow?
I have a list here, and we're also going to leave them linked in the description. Dr. Dean Ornish, Dr. Clapper, Chef AJ, Dr. Garth Davis, Jeff Novick, Dr. McDougall, Dr. Matt Letterman, Dr. Ilona Polday, Dr. Ermina Van Dyken, Dr. Caldwell Esselstyn, Dr. Hans Deal, Dr. Doug Lyle, Dr. Neil Bernard, dietitian Juliana Heaver. This is just a partial list that I wrote down, and we're going to leave those people linked in the description. And also, a lot of those people also have segments in our book, because if you're interested in being vegan, you want to do it the right way, these are medical professionals that will give you sound advice.
At the end of the day, everybody's on their own journey. Everybody watching this video, they're going to do what they want, what feels right for them. Yeah, so don't hate. Don't hate, meditate. One more point I want to make. Not be careful of labels, but it's something to think about. If somebody says they're vegan, or they're a certain religion, or they're this, or they're that. I don't think that necessarily makes somebody a good person. I think these people who aren't vegan now are still good people, of course. But some girls learn the hard way. Oh, he's a vegan guy. He must be nice. a nice guy, and then he's like cheating on her. Or
just because somebody's vegan, because somebody's certain religion.
She's a vegan girl, and she's, a gold digger, and she's like with some older guy just living off of him. So my point is just because you hear a certain label, actions speak louder than words.
Let us know your thoughts in the comments on this video, on this topic. Are you still vegan? Do you still want to be vegan?
Are you not vegan? Are you eating fish and eggs?
Are you still fans of these people who are no longer vegan? What are your thoughts on that? Don't forget,
we still like these people.
Yes, definitely.
We need to reiterate that we love these people.
Don't forget to subscribe as well.
Except for maybe one of them.
Bye, guys.